Hi everyone, so I'm finally back with week 45 of my project live. So apologies for the bit of absence if anyone's actually noticed. I wasn't very well for the first week before my holiday, and then I went on holiday for a week. So for a good sort of 2 weeks I've been completely out of action because my voice just went again. This is the third illness that I've had in the last couple of weeks. So I just couldn't talk without coughing. So there was no point even trying to do the voiceover. And then for the second week, we was actually away and we was on a cruise. So we didn't have any signal or we didn't have much Wi-Fi and things like that. So I didn't sort of prep to have anything ready for when we went away because obviously I wasn't very well the week before anyway. So I'm back and hopefully I've got some good videos to be coming out. I just have to get round to actually filming them. So I'm back with week 45. So this was the week that we went to Luxembourg. So that would have been, I have to do this without looking at the dates. It would have been the 5th, November the 5th until Saturday the 11th. So I decided to use our travel adventure collection by Carta Bella because it had all like the sort of retro / old style planes and suitcases and stuff like that, and I just thought it matched quite nicely to his collection because we actually got a propeller plane to Luxembourg, so it was a very, very small plane, and I had this collection in my head that I wanted to use, so I think it works really well. So I'm using that collection. It didn't have any 6x4s, which it did in the actual collection because I looked it up online, but I didn't have any, so I don't know whether I've misplaced them or I've used them or I just didn't order them. So instead, I sort of make do. There's plenty of big stickers and stuff that I can use for this collection, so it works out really nicely. But the paper pad that I'm using is just this world map one from the Works, and it's just all that distressed sort of paper, and it's got stamps and tickets and stuff on there. So it works quite nicely with this collection. So yeah, this pretty much the whole week we were away. We went down on the Sunday, we flew on the Monday, and we were back for Thursday. We were pretty much gone the whole week. There is obviously, I think there might be something of Friday and Saturday in the next week, but I filmed this a long time ago, so without looking, I wouldn't remember. But my week was pretty much consumed with this holiday, so that is why I'm doing a travel collection for this one. So we travelled down on the Sunday. So we were actually flying from London City Airport, which is a very small airport in the centre of London, and it predominantly only really flies. I don't know whether they do any further, but it flies very short distances. It goes to like Paris, Amsterdam, Luxembourg, maybe some places in the UK and stuff like that, but it doesn't fly very far. But the airport's really cool because you can travel by tube to it, which I think is really weird. I know you can travel to Heathrow by tube, but it's like in the centre of London. And then it's actually on the Thames, so the planes take off above the Thames and things, and as we were waiting for our plane the next day, you could actually watch people kayaking down the Thames, which I thought was really cool. It's just a really nice little airport. There was a lot of professional business people travelling, and I imagine that's where people go from. So there was a lot of people in suits and business attire and things, so we felt a little bit out of place because we were there just in our normal clothes, just going on holiday, but I imagine people use it for business trips to Paris and other little places as well. So as I said, we travelled down on the Sunday. We got the DLR, which I've never been on before. It just looks like the tube basically, but it's overground. So we got that to London City Airport, and then we actually stayed at Premier Inn just down the road, walking distance from the airport that night, because we were flying at 9 a.m. the next day, so we wouldn't have got able to get down to London for that time. So the first photo, that large 6x4 photos, that's just of the DLR. I just want to take a picture of that because it's the first time I've ever travelled on that, and that was our Sunday basically. And then the second photo, it's going to go underneath the title card, is a picture of the London City Airport entrance. So that's where we walked out of and walked into to go up to the airport. I just thought it was different. I've never flown from London City, so it was a new airport, a new country, and there was something else about Luxembourg that was brand new. But so it was a brand new trip for us, so that was quite nice. And then the other 6x4 pocket, obviously I didn't have any 6x4 cards, so I used my 2x2s instead. So I put 6 2x2s together. I tried to make them all different colours because I didn't want them to clash at all, and I really like how it's come out, and it's good to be able to use those 2x2s. So that left me with 4 3x4s. So the first one, I'm actually going to just use some of this paper and just stick it down. I'm going to put a sticker on top of that as well. Apologies, I'm a little bit unsure. As I said, I filmed this quite a while ago, and a lot's happened since then, so I might be a bit like, what am I doing now? But I didn't have any 3x4 landscape cards either, so I really had to sort of makeshift these cards. But as I said, it gets you an excuse to use the bigger stickers on the sticker sheet, and obviously you can cut bits and pieces down as well. I think I had some 4x4s actually, but for this one I only had one photo, which was the one of the plane. So as I said, we flew on a little propeller plane, which was fine. It was a little bit scary, but it was a little bit claustrophobic, I'd say. I've been on propeller planes before, and obviously I've done like seaplanes and stuff, but this one just felt really tight. Maybe it's because of the luggage racks, I don't know. Like in seaplanes, they don't have luggage racks, the luggage goes at the back. And maybe that's the same one when we went to Thailand. We did do a seaplane, a propeller plane. And I don't know if that was the same situation, but this one just felt really tightly compacted, so it did feel a bit claustrophobic. And obviously because it was winter, everyone was dressed up in big coats and hats and scarves and stuff, so maybe it was just a little bit smaller. But the flight out was fine. It was a little bit disorientating going through clouds and stuff because I don't know, I think it's just small. I think it was just the smallness of it. But Joe felt a little bit sort of motion sick on the way there, but he was fine on the way back. He sat by the window next time and he was absolutely fine. So I think it was just the disorientation basically of it, but it was fine. It was only an hour flight, so it went by quite quickly. So I've cut out all those pieces that I want to put in those 3x4 cards, and I'm just going to stick the picture of the plane on one of them. I did really like it. It was really cool to see the propeller planes. I do actually really like them. They're just, as I said, they're just a bit small, and surprisingly I don't actually like flying. Even though I travel a lot, I don't actually enjoy flying. I don't like the idea of not knowing how the flight's going to be. If it was always smooth and that, you know, that's absolutely fine, but you just never know if you're going to get really bad turbulence, or it's going to get cancelled, or you have a medical emergency on board, or you're not feeling well. I think it's that uncertainty and being so high up and unavailable, basically, that's just it's like being trapped. I think that's what I don't like about it. So but I still do it. I, face the fears, because otherwise I won't go anywhere. So I still do it. So I'm just going to stick the photo of the plane on one of them, but then I wanted to put some of these stickers on the other. So I'm going to use one of the, it's almost like a stamp sticker at the top with a plane, and I'm going to use one of the propeller planes to stick on another one with a little arrow. I'm just deciding which way round I want them all to be in, really, because I didn't want the planes to be together, and I didn't want all the photos to be together either. So I do mix them around a little bit to make sure that they're, they look right. And then in the bottom one, I think I put some more stickers. As I said, it's quite a nice way of getting rid of some of the bigger stickers. But we landed in Luxembourg on the Monday about 11:30, and then we just had a wander through town. All public transport in Luxembourg is free, which is really good. So we literally just jumped on a bus to the city centre, and it was free. It always feels a bit weird not paying someone. So we jumped on the bus, and then we just had a wander around because we couldn't actually check into our apartment until about 4. And unfortunately, around about just after lunchtime, I had food, and then I just didn't feel well at all. I felt a bit faint, I felt a bit sick, my stomach was starting to hurt. So I just, didn't feel very well. So by the time we got into our apartment at 4:30 or 4-ish, I just crawled into bed. I just really did not feel well. And our friend's baby, unfortunately, had some sort of stomach bug as well before, so I do wonder if we caught something from them. But I thought Joe was all right, but then Joe came down with it the second day. So we didn't really have many symptoms. We weren't having to be near a bathroom or anything like that. It was just that you just weren't hungry. And food was absolutely repulsive to think of, basically. We just didn't really eat that holiday. I think I could have easily had one meal and that's it, and the rest I was just eating grapes and cookies, basically. So it wasn't a holiday that we were out eating all the time, but we still managed to get out and about. We didn't let it stop us. The fresh air was probably better for us, so we did have a walk around, and we did have to go back for a few times for a few naps and stuff like that, but we were all right. It wasn't the greatest of times, and so we just didn't feel well. We just wanted to get home, really, to be honest. When you just want your own bed. So after a few days of exploring, we were sort of done, really. We were ready to come home. which is a bit sad for holidays. Obviously, holidays are always supposed to be exciting, but they happen. You know, it's winter and things always happen like that, so you just have to get on with it, really. So as I said, it was a really pretty city and we loved it there, and I can definitely see why people like to take day trips and stuff from other countries, because it's really accessible, but as I said, we just weren't feeling the greatest. So we took it quite easy throughout the time. But I still have a full scrapbook album coming eventually. Took about 100 photos over the 2 full days that we were there. So that's pretty decent for us not feeling great and still, managing to get out and about and stuff. So I'm happy with that. And we will be doing a full album when I get round to that. So I'm just going to stamp the date. I decided to use my dark blue ink, my StazOn ink, and I'm going to put a little camera and a word sticker at the bottom, and I'm actually going to journal on that piece on the title card, because I didn't leave myself much space to journal on for the rest of the pocket, so I will put some writing there. So I'm just going to put the dates down, and then that's pretty much everything. So I'll be back with the second part shortly, which has a few more photos of our time actually in Luxembourg. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'm glad to be back. So I hope you had a lovely day. Bye.